Hi, we are the #TVD fangirls. I am Wildcat.
I am Brit.
And we will be doing a review of episode 418 of the Vampire Diaries, American Gothic. Now, we started off with sweaty, shirtless Klaus, which was pretty satisfactory. We thought that Caroline was coming to save him, but in reality it was a Silas cockblock, and we didn't appreciate that too much. Rebecca and Elena are on a road trip, and then Elena decides that she wants to stop for a bite, and stumbles upon the town that Catherine has compelled, and then they confront Catherine, and Rebecca becomes kind of Elena's bodyguard gangster. And then they try to talk Catherine into giving them the cure, which Catherine's like that's gonna happen. And so Elena goes to meet this EM. Caroline does show up at Klaus's, and she's like, you're wasting my time. Why am I here? But he kind of makes the good point that if he dies, she dies too. So, back with Elena, she finds out that EM is Elijah. Big shock. And is extremely shocked when Elijah starts kissing her. And she tries to keep it up, but it's pretty obvious that it's Elena and not Catherine.
And then back at the diner, Damon and Stefan are, with Rebecca and Catherine, and they're like, well, where's the cure? And Catherine's like, I don't have it.
It's with my special friend.
And they're both like, oh, who's your special friend? And she's like, oh, it's Elijah, and he's not just my friend, he's my friend. And back to Elena and Elijah, they are discussing, what's going on and why. Elena goes through her sob story of Catherine killed my brother. And then Elijah's like, no, I didn't know. I really wanted to see the good in her, and I really wanted her to be my Katerina. And Elena's like, well, she's not. She's a bitch. And you got played. Duh. Rebecca and Damon go to the house with Catherine to find the cure, and Catherine acts like it's not in the house, where Damon's like, I know you, you're shallow, and I can see straight through you, and it's in this tank with no fish. And then Catherine's like, booyah, I got you, dunks hand into the vervain, dunking Damon's face into the vervain, and then she grabs the thing and makes an escape to the door, and Rebecca's standing there, and she's like, it's either the cure or me, which one are you gonna choose? And Rebecca's like, I'm taking the cure. And then Damon's like, no, don't take the cure, and you should wait, and she's like, wait for you to get to Elena. She's like, you don't only want it for Elena, you want Elena to love you, because as soon as she turns into a human, she's gonna want Stefan again, and what are you gonna do? And so Damon's like, alright, you can go take it, go ahead, go for it. And so Rebecca takes it and falls on the ground. And when she wakes up, it is Stefan. And he's like, what did you do? You weren't actually supposed to take the cure. Like, we're supposed to give it to Elena. And she's just like, I feel awesome. And then she looks sad. And it makes her sad. And back to Elijah and Elena. Elena is going over her, I used to be a compassionate person, but, things happened, and I'm never turning it on, and I just want to be this way forever. And then she gets her neck snapped by Catherine. And Catherine's like, what's up, hubby? How you doing? And Elijah's like, I kind of don't want anything to have to do with you because you lied to me. And then back to Klaus and Caroline. Klaus is like still in pain, and Caroline's ranting, and they're both ranting, and like it's just a whole bunch of like ranting marriage type situation, and then all of a sudden his pain's gone and everything's better, and then he's like, you saved me, and she's just like, what? And then the scene comes to where she's walking out of his house with like towels, and he's all like showered and looking presentable, and he's like, oh my god, we should be friends. And then she's like, no, you still like ran away with my boyfriend. And he's like, oh well, I'm not looking for him, so we can be friends now. And she's like, okay. And that's that. Catherine goes and gets her cure, and she goes to Elijah, and she's like, this is the cure, this is my freedom. I hope you can, have trust in me because I love you. And Elijah's like, I love you too, but I don't trust you, so I don't know what to do. And then she walks away. And then his sister Rebecca is sitting on the car, and she's like, I want the cure. And he's like, why would you ever want this? It's not gonna be any different from when you're a vampire. And she's just like, I've been with you guys for like 1,000 years. I'm ready to like die and be rid of you guys. Like 20 lifetimes is enough. And they decide to head back to Mystic Falls to go talk to Klaus. And Elena is tripping off of Damon and Stefan, and she's like, if you guys try to fix me one more time, I'm gonna go crazy. And then they're like, nope, we're not gonna try to fix you. Haha, what do you think about that? And she's like, okay, uh-huh. And then she kills someone, and she's like, and there will be more, so you better back up. So, what did you think of this episode, Kat?
I loved it. I did. I thought that there were great group dynamics here. Like, everybody just kind of went off into couples.
I did not like this episode. Like, I tried. I rewatched it to see if I would like it better, and all that ended up doing is making me cry more. Kalijah is my OG read, so for me, I was like,
mine too.
This is going to be amazing, and it wasn't fulfilling for me. And it just makes me upset, because it's like, I want Kalijah to be Endgame. Like, I just want it. I want it so bad. And the whole Claire line, like, I felt like it was just forced. I felt like they just threw it in there just to throw it in there, just to be like, oh, hey Claire line people, here's your Claire line. Let's just give you, something to just tide you over. And don't get me wrong, I love shirtless Klaus, so I was all about that life. But I felt like there could have been more to this episode.
I do feel like the Claire moment was forced. I do ship Claire hardcore, but they have so much to work through if they're going to realistically be together, and I want to see that process happen. Like, I want to see them actually work through their problems if they're going to be a couple. And I honestly think the same thing is true for Kalijah. I think that they have a lot to work through, because Catherine does have trust issues. Also, I feel like Elijah, back in season 2, said that he didn't believe in love, which I feel like Catherine could bring out in him.
I feel the same way. And then like that whole scene where she's like, I love you, and she like touches his face, and he like turns to the side and kind of like brushes her off, and I'm just like, oh, no, please, no. And she said those words. Like, I don't remember her ever saying that. So, like, Damon, like, I know she said to Stefan, but, like, to Damon, I don't remember her saying that to him.
I do feel like I love you is something that Catherine has said and has maybe in her own twisted way displayed before, but trust is something that she has never displayed before. I have never seen her... I've never even heard her say the word trust, I don't even think. And I thought that was beautiful how they put that in there. And the heartbreaking part about the scene you were talking about was when he referred to her as Catherine to her face, and I just wanted to cry.
And as for Rebecca, like, taking the cure, I felt really bad for her. And I was just like, oh, like, I really want Rebecca to stay a vampire, but I understand why she wants to have the cure. When she was explaining to Elijah why she wanted it, like, I was like, I want it for you too, but Not really.
I felt sorry for Elena in this episode. I know most people were really angry at her, but I'm just so sick of everyone treating her like a child and, like, treating her as, like, something that needs to be fixed. And she doesn't have emotions right now. Okay, and you do want to protect her from when she will eventually have her emotions back, but the way they treat her is just, it's dumb.
Honestly, Elena's humanity, like, at first it was like, oh, okay, like, this is awesome, like, we've never seen Elena so, like, in charge. So it was amusing. And then this episode happened, and I did not find it amusing, and when she was speaking to Elijah, and she was like, she was quoting his letter, I was just like, she's saying, but, that letter burned along with all my other things in Jeremy's body, and the way she said it, like, so nonchalantly really bothered me. That really bothered me. I'm glad to see Stefan be more explored. I'm ready for them to, like, kind of put all this, Selena plus Delena, like, stuff. And I really want to see Stefan. Like, we've seen Elena with Stefan and Elena with Damon, but what about Damon with Stefan? They're brothers. Like, they come bros before hoes. And I'm ready to see them, like, reach their potential in their brotherhood. And so at the end of the episode, I was really glad that they were like, alright, once we get Elena's humanity back on, like, we're brothers. Elena can be off to the side and do what she wants to do, but, we're gonna work together, and we're gonna do the right thing and work together. But I'm excited for the next episode, because it looks like there's gonna be a crazy time.
Yes. I'm not sure how I feel about it, because I hate seeing Damon sad. And I feel like Damon is going to get stomped all over in the next episode, and I'm not okay with that.
I'm not okay with, like, it kind of looks like Elena's going to play everyone, and I'm not excited for her to play Stefan, because we know that, he still has feelings for her, and as well as Damon too. I'm also not ready for this hiatus, so that's a good thing. Thank you for watching. This has been the #TVD Fangirls. And please follow us on Tumblr if you haven't already. And also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And follow us on Twitter. And it is the @TVD Fangirls. And thank you very much for watching. And until next 2-3 weeks. Oh my goodness.